I think it's time for Frank Mautino to resign. House Joint Resolution 9 was filed back in January. It calls for his resignation. It would give him the opportunity to come forward and answer these questions that he's had multiple opportunities to answer, and he simply decides not to. Today we heard that his Fifth Amendment rights were invoked as response to a State Board of Elections subpoena. That should tell us everything we need to know about the ethics of Mr. Frank Mautino.
So where do we go from here?
Well, now we just got bumped another month before they make a decision on what the results of this hearing is. But this is not really the hearing where we're going to get the most actionable of things done. So we're waiting for the federal investigation to evolve. We think that anybody who looks at the data, and the data that we heard today is compelling. For example, 35,000 miles in campaign expenses in 1 year, and then I thought it was really comical that they related that to the circumference of the earth is 24,000 miles. I mean, how do you do that? Anybody who runs a campaign in our districts understands you physically can't put that type of mileage on in a year. So it's preposterous, and it's been done for 16 years in a row. They have no receipts. They have nothing that they can then show us. They've kept no receipts intentionally. I'm waiting more for the federal investigation to come down. I mean, I'm glad that this is now at this stage in the hearing process, but it's not the final action.
So one of the things that Speaker Madigan said was that Frank Mautino would be vindicated once all evidence was out there. And now here today we heard that Frank Mautino invoked his Fifth Amendment in response to a subpoena. So I don't know how we're ever going to get to the bottom of this if Frank won't even testify on his own behalf.
How do you feel about the ability of the State Board of Elections to seal certain records until the final hearing? Even though they were discussed in this meeting, entered into evidence, they sealed the records.
Well, I don't think that they sealed anything on me. I can verbally say anything I want. I sat through the hearing. You have videotape of it. How can you seal that when it was an open hearing? At least, I mean, maybe the records themselves, you can't see the printed material, but there was so much discussion about them. I don't understand the reasoning behind that at all.
It once again just makes me question the transparency of all of this. These records should be public. This was a public hearing in which documents were provided. Those records should absolutely be a matter of public record now, as of today, and I hope they become.
That was the point I was getting at. They should be subject to FOIA today.
Correct. They should be. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but they should be.
We agree. Besides, they were so fully discussed. How can it's comical that they would come up with that type of decision.
How many state reps do we have in the state?
We have
118.
118.
Correct.
How do you feel about only 2 of them campaign reporting coming to the table today?
Well, we were a target. There's no doubt. We've been the most vocal. Grant and I called for his resignation over a year ago. We all signed on to having him resign by midsummer. And we've definitely been trying to hold their feet to the fire. We're just thrilled. Here's what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for David Cook, who filed the initial complaint, just a common citizen, knew something didn't seem right, and he filed the complaint with the State Board of Elections. I am thankful for you, the watchdogs, who actually took it to fruition, went through all the details, wrote the article after article, kept it up in the news. I'm thankful for the reporter from Ottawa Times, My Web Times, David Giuliani. I'm thankful for his reporting on this issue. And I'm thankful really for Liberty Justice Center to get involved and as pro bono work, come in here and give David Cook the type of representation that's necessary when Mautino hires the most high-powered lawyers he can find and a full communication staff to beat this down. We're thankful that there's people out there that are volunteering and doing pro bono work on behalf of the citizens, and for that I'm really thankful.
So I would just add, you're over the target when you're taking flack. And that was a shot right at us. It makes me wonder if there's a slap law that may apply, but it's simply a low form of intimidation that won't stick.
That's right. It won't stick, and they can come and look at my receipts all day long if they want to. I have all my records, but
if we can get the speaker to get HB 415 out of rules and get that as law, then all of this goes away because everything will be out there for all to see.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.